DAngelo Russell for Dennis Schroder. Who says no? I want to dive into that in this video. It's the off season. We're waiting on training camp to get underway. We're watching summer league pickup. Just got through the Olympics, and so it's like, why not? I love both players. This isn't about bashing any player. This is about just talking about, you know, imagination. A trade. We all love it. It's fun. It's entertaining. So why not? I'm gonna dive into that in this video. If you enjoy it, smash the like button for me, hit subscribe and the bell for notifications and all that good stuff. But before we dive in, this video is being brought to you by Bridges and Stones Family and Relationship Care. If you or someone you know is struggling with their mental health or relationships, go to bridgesandstones.com for a free consultation. Remember, one brave act today can create a better tomorrow, and none of us make it alone. I think something that we all took from the last Dennis Schroder appearance with the Los Angeles Lakers was that he's not maybe everything you want from a starting NBA point guard, but he's a lot of what you need. He's a lot of what you need. And DAngelo Russell and Dennis Schroder have very contrasting styles and what they bring to the table. Dennis Schroder is the type of guy, as he's been talking about recently about the Olympics and international competition versus the NBA, is that he's the type of guy who understands how to play the game of basketball. He understands how to play within a system. He even understands how to play amongst star and superstar talents. And that is an invaluable quality when it comes to somebody like LeBron James and Anthony Davis, because there's a lot of players who don't know how to play with amazing, great players. Players who understand how to win, who are going to expect them to know how to win as well. This is a challenge. It's a challenge for a lot of players, but Dennis Schroder has already proven that he can rise to that challenge. But I think that something that I did in a previous video was talking about the potential impact of Dalton Connect being drafted in the first round by the Los Angeles Lakers. The fact that he fell to them in their lap was an absolute godsend. But what he does is he kind of clears space for the Los Angeles Lakers to find themselves a point of attack defensive point guard who can also facilitate, who won't be relied upon to spread the floor as much as he will be to just consistently run the show on both ends. And that's something that DAngelo Russell has truly lacked. He has the ability to be able to be on the offensive end a plus player, to be able to facilitate, to be able to knock down shots, spread the floor, get up 5-6 threes a game, and every once in a while get hot. I think he's going to have a great season for them, or for the Los Angeles Lakers this year. But I think that what he lacks on the defensive end is going to come into play. Now, I do think that I love that Gabe Vincent's going to be back healthy, and Jalen Hood-Schifino, hopefully he gets healthy and is able to contribute this year as well. But I think what they need is somebody who they know can run the show on both ends, not just only on one end or the other, right? Gabe Vincent can shoot some threes, but he's not going to facilitate and really run the show, but he's going to be a great point of attack defender, right? DAngelo Russell can play great offense and facilitate and shoot a bunch of threes, but he's going to be a defensive liability. They need to find somebody they can rely upon for both ends, because this Los Angeles Lakers team is a defensive team. That is how they get to their position in the playoffs, not by outscoring everybody. Well, I mean, you have to outscore people to win, which they're going to do plenty of, but how they get to the outscoring is by stopping you more than they are merely scoring more than you, right? Contrast them with like an Indiana Pacers who just do a track meet and outscore you at the end versus getting a bunch of stops and preventing you from being able to scoring while scoring enough, right? And that's the major difference. But within that, what you end up seeing is that there's a little bit of lack of continuity within that backcourt because D'Lo doesn't play defense. And it's unfortunate because if he did, he would be amazing for them. If he was able to lock in on that end, it would be amazing for them. But that's never been who he is. And he pretty much is who he is at this point. Now, some of the things that I like about this trade is that D'Lo can also be that guy that could be a focal point of attention from the media and the expectation to be exciting, to bring a lot of energy to the organization. And I think that that's exactly what Brooklyn is needing. They're in a rebuild. They're in a restructuring, a retooling of that team. They just traded away Mikal Bridges, right? A big sign that they're stepping back and looking to get a high draft pick. They're going to need somebody who can put some, butts in the stands. Somebody who's exciting, people want to come see. I actually think that him and Ben Simmons are going to be great together because they played at Montverde Academy together, right? And with a guy like Cam Johnson and Cam Thomas, they have plenty of shooting. They're going to be really fun to watch. I just don't think they're going to win a lot of games, but that's okay because D'Lo has never necessarily been the guy who wins you lots of games and gets you into the playoffs, right? He's kind of a guy that looks really good along the way. And if your team is good enough to get to the playoffs, he can get there with you. He's not going to necessarily hurt you, but he's not going to actually take you there. And he's also not going to be somebody who carries you through. And that's okay. And I think this opportunity allows both organizations to swap players that actually fit monetarily wise. Brooklyn can absorb a 1 year, $5 million difference between what DAngelo Russell is making and Dennis Schroder, right? I think DAngelo Russell is making about 18, Dennis Schroder is making about 13 a year. Both are on a 1 year deal. And I think both will be looking to set up their next deal. And I think Dennis Schroder is going to be amazing for that. Because when you put somebody like Dalton Connect next to him, now you have all the shooting that you need. You put Jared Vanderbilt back in that starting position next to LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and all of a sudden, you've got more than enough defense and switchability. With Jared Vanderbilt and Dennis Schroder as a point of attack defender, now all of a sudden you have a far improved perimeter defense, which allows Anthony Davis to be that much more potent as a defensive anchor. You can also hide LeBron that much more as well. And you still have the luxury of having Austin Reeves, Cam Reddish, Rui Hachimura, right? You still have those guys coming off the bench to give you a lot of energy, a lot of offensive pop, right? I think this could be a really, really good team, but they need to solve that point of attack defender. You can't keep having that hole on the perimeter that allows teams to just run right through it and get right to the center and break down your defense. And all of a sudden they're kicking out for wide open threes or getting you into rotation. But as always, I want to know what you all think. Do you think that DAngelo Russell and Dennis Schroder is a great trade? Do you think it could work out? Do you think either team does it? But as always, if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Definitely share this video in your group chats. Put it on Twitter. Get at me in the comment section, and I'm going to get at you there. Peace.